Good morning, Washington. This is DCRDB Dave, just back from Kmart. They opened up a new Big Lots store in Herndon, and I just said, I'd never been to Big Lots, and I wanted to see what everybody was talking about. So I went over there and checked it out. I didn't much care for Big Lots. It was just a bunch of junk. But, of course, the Kmart is right next door. So I went into the Kmart, just looked around. There's no better place in the world to buy cheap boots than at Kmart. So I picked up a pair of these black suckers and picked up a pair of these kind of tan suckers. Hey! Giant feet. I have big feet, by the way. And they were actually a real good price. And the second pair was half price if you buy two. So I'm a sucker for cheap boots. All right, folks. What's the big news? What's going on today? Today's Washington Post. Here's an interesting thing about the decline and fall of the Washington Post sports section today. It's all well and good. And you go through and you suddenly hit page D6 in the sports section, and here is a special section on the Capitals. Their season's starting. The young guns are there growing up. And the Capitals preview a 4-page pullout. Now the fact that this is stuck in the back of the sports section on page D7 tells me that they didn't sell very many ads. In fact, they didn't sell enough ads in this sucker to make it its own standalone section. Obviously, they wanted it to be a standalone section, right? You have the sports section, and then there'd be a special Capitals section. Well, you look at page, let's see, of the pages, there's pages D8 and D9, no ads on them. And then there's one ad on D10, and then we start D11 where they start with the classified. So basically one ad in this Capitals special section. I don't know, you think maybe one of the radio stations that's carrying the Capitals this season would take out an ad, or maybe the team would take out an ad, or somebody, having to do, maybe somebody who's using one of the Capitals to do promotional shit might take out an ad. But, the fact that this is page starts on D7 and isn't its own special section tells me that more advertising problems for the Washington Post there. I actually was walking out to get my mail yesterday, and some guy pulled up in a brand new, I don't know what it was, a Nissan or something. Brand new guy, actually a guy I know. And he walked up to me and he stopped me and said, he honked his horn and said, Dave, Dave, Dave. And I walked up and I suddenly recognized who it was, and he gave me this. It's hard to see. It's WGMS refrigerator magnet 1035 celebrating 50 years. So, listening to HFS here on 97.5. The Smiths. I love it. I love that. That's a cool station. The resurrected HFS, it was taken up to Baltimore a couple weeks ago and put on 97.5, and you can hear it down here in the Washington area on 94.7's HD2, and it's a cool station. I love it. I really hope CBS Baltimore buys the 107.9 signal and puts it on that so we can actually hear it widespread throughout the Washington area, because it's a cool station when it plays music. So there we go. Very cool. Refrigerator magnet. Okay. What's the other big? Okay, we're going to take one more look at some ratings. Big September ratings came out. So let's look at the afternoons for Washington. Okay. The 2554 demo, that's the money demo, afternoons. HD2 Bethesda, Washington, D.C. Yeah. 2554 afternoons for September. These are the afternoon radio ratings for Washington. Okay, and we look down here at 30th place, and we have a three-way tie for WPFW, QSR, WBQH. Now, BQH is that little Mexican station there on 1050 a.m. that's leased from Hubbard. So that's actually decent ratings for an AM-er. We go to 28th place. We've got WBQB down in Fredericksburg and WAFI in Frederick, Q103. Go to 26th place, and we have a tie between two Baltimore stations in the Washington market, WERQ and 98 Rock. 25th place is WEDA Classical. 24th place is Hot Adult Contemporary Wink FM in Winchester. And then we have a 22nd place tie between MAL, not doing too good there with Sean Hannity, huh? And that funny little Spanish station on 87.7 there. And then 21st place, WFRE Country out of Frederick. The 19th place tie with the recently executed, they just gave the electric chair to the station, 105.9 The Edge, classic rock, and WFLS Country out of Fredericksburg. And then we have 18th place Christian Contemporary WGTS. And then we're jumping down here to WTEM, WJFK, LZL, 15th place. Big, these are afternoons, 25:54 in the September rating period. Fresh and Kiss are tied. And with the WPRS, all there at 11th place. In the top 10 now, Carson on RQX, WMMJ, DC 101 at 8th place, tied. PGC and MZQ are tied for 6th. PGC, MZQ, and WAMU are all tied for 5th, Wash is in 4th place, HUR is in 3rd with Michael Basin. 2nd place there, Hot 99.5, and of course, always 1st place, WTOP. WTOP. Any big news that I neglected to mention? Mark Levin. Mark Levin last night got the big scoop on Sarah Palin pooping out of the presidential race, but he made, apparently Sarah asked to come on his show at 6 o'clock, made the big news, and then Steve Jobs died a few minutes later. The news about Steve came out, so it kind of overshadowed all that. But Mark Levin, as you may recall, does his show from a bunker in his home in Loudoun County, Virginia. And his show is actually syndicated by WABC New York. So he does the show technically for WABC New York, and then WMAL here just picks up the feed. But it's pretty much a local show because he's local, right? So whatever. Upgraded CSN Comcast Sportsnet website. Some more information there. And an interesting thing, Hearst comes out with a study. They own Channel 11 in Baltimore. That most people got their news from Hurricane Irene back in late August on the television. Those people that didn't have power, they turned to radio. But once that power came back on, they went back to their TV sets. So there. All right, folks, that's the big news for today, the 6th of October, 2011. I'm going to keep it short today. Keep it at 8 minutes. Have a good one. Stay tuned and cut.